Lima is one of the great gastronomic capitals of the world. Here, every ingredient carries a story, one that begins on land or at sea and passes from hand to hand. Because in Lima, gastronomy is culture, history, science, and art, transformed into technique, refinement, and interpretation. And that's exactly what we came to discover. If you enjoy travel with comfort, style, and real experiences, subscribe for free to Beyond Travel Tips. Arriving in Lima means stepping into a different rhythm, a vast, intense city full of contrasts, where movement seems to define every part of the journey. Between the coastline, the traffic, and the life that fills its neighborhoods, Lima reveals itself gradually, not as a city that imposes itself right away, but as one that unfolds along the way, in its streets, its pulse, and in how everyday life fills every corner. But we didn't come here just to explore Lima. We came to understand a city that has turned gastronomy into one of its most powerful forms of expression. It's in places like this that a city begins to reveal its true culinary identity. Here, it's not just homes and kitchens being supplied. This is where the connection begins between Peru's biodiversity and the table, between the land, the people who produce, and the hands that transform. In these markets, the coast, the Andes, and the jungle come together. Fresh products, everyday knowledge, and an extraordinary diversity of ingredients that sustain an entire culinary culture. Because in Lima, great gastronomy doesn't emerge in isolation. It begins here and later becomes cuisine, technique, and interpretation. These spaces are full of life, where everything happens at once. Colors, textures, aromas you may not even be able to name, yet here they're simply part of everyday life. Every product tells a story, and every exchange is part of it. Ingredients arrive from different regions and coexist in the same space. Some familiar, others completely new, the kind you wouldn't even know how to cook. And often, that's where discovery begins. Here, the rhythm shifts. It speeds up, becomes more intense. Because this is not just a market, it's an experience, a starting point that connects everything that comes next. This journey is just beginning. And if you stay with us until the end, we're heading to a place that was named the best restaurant in the world. But beyond the recognition, what matters is understanding why. And that's exactly what we're here to explore. We leave the market and move through the city, but now toward the table. Today, we'll experience one of its most iconic expressions, La Mar Cebichería. La Mar isn't just a restaurant. It's one of Lima's most recognized and most in-demand dining spots. There are no reservations here. Tables are assigned on a first-come, first-served basis. We arrived just before 1 p.m., and the wait was about an hour. In Lima, that's simply part of the ritual. We wait inside, a space that quickly feels too small for the demand. Compact, barely well designed, but where cocktail service turns the wait into part of the experience. Some guests head straight to the long bar and begin the journey before even sitting down. The atmosphere says it all. An active bar, perfectly aligned with the restaurant's vibrant and lively character. A place that feels energetic, social, constantly in motion. The decor reinforces that marine identity without trying too hard. Here, The ingredients don't need much introduction. Fish and seafood are displayed with a freshness. That speaks for itself. The experience at the table begins with cocktails, setting the rhythm from the very start. We tried the Punta Hermosa, the Suyo Fly High, and a classic pisco sour, balanced, structured, and very likely the best we had in Lima. And this is where the ingredients begin to speak. To start, we ordered a trio of ceviches, classic, Niki, and Mantaro, a preparation that reflects La Mar's essence. Respect the ingredient and let flavor speak clearly. We continued with a crab causa, a traditional Peruvian starter. Creamy texture, flavorful potato, perfectly ripe avocado, and fresh crab that brings everything together. After the ocean takes center stage, the experience shifts and closes with softer, more traditional preparations. We tried a classic suspiro a la limeña, well-balanced, not overly sweet. Light, crispy picarones with syrup on the side, and a crema volteada with dulce de leche, a finish that maintains the balance of the entire experience. Now we understand why this place has become a reference point for Lima's seafood cuisine. Here, Lima doesn't just sit down to eat, it connects with the sea. If you've been here, we'd love to hear your experience in the comments. If you enjoy travel with comfort and real experiences, this channel is for you. Subscribe for free. And if you know someone planning a trip to Lima, share this video. The journey continues. Because in Lima, gastronomy is not expressed in just one way. What at La Mar is presented with immediacy and closeness to the ingredient, at Astrid and Gaston begins to transform into something else. More measured, more reflective, closer to interpretation than immediacy. And that's precisely the next step, because here, the experience doesn't begin on the plate. It begins even before you sit down. Astrid and Gaston offers a refined, carefully designed space where every detail feels intentional. An interior that doesn't try to dominate, but to accompany the experience. While we wait, the bar sets the tone. We tried several cocktails, a pisco sour tres cepas, a carda muña, and a lover's club, and from there, the experience at the table begins to take shape. We started with a croquette, Los Laureles, inspired by crab causa. As a starter, oxtail gyozas with Thai green curry. Delicious. Pulpo chuquito, octopus with olive sauce, Italo-Peruvian creams, and quinoa crackers. Chocolate hair cannelloni with yellow chili foam and grated pecans. Don Reveño pie, filled with wine-braised beef and artichokes. Sublime. For main courses, the Wellington Del Mar. Seasonal fish wrapped in pastry, red wine sauce, and cauliflower cream. And a braised beef hot pot, an oriental bourguignon, served in a steaming pot of creamy quinoa. Dessert continues that same balance between technique and expression. An Andean cheese tart. From the jungle, coconut, mango, yacon, ginger, Sichuan caviar, and sage honey. And finally, the lucuma, light espuma, algarabina ice cream, anise gel, cocoa soil, with hints of Palo Santo, a true standout. Astrid and Gaston is not just a restaurant. It's a contemporary interpretation of Peruvian cuisine, a way of taking tradition and rebuilding it from a different perspective, something you feel in every detail without needing explanation. Today, we're heading into a very particular experience, a place that holds a unique position in the global gastronomic scene, a place that has redefined Nikkei cuisine. We arrive just before opening, and the wait blends into small, unexpected moments. This restaurant was named the best in the world in 2025 by the world's 50 best restaurants, one of the most influential references in global gastronomy. A recognition that raises expectations, but also invites a deeper question. What's behind it? At Maido, the approach shifts again, and in many ways, this was the reason for our trip. Beyond the awards, a different dimension of gastronomy reveals itself. A proposal where everything is designed not just to impress, but to engage the senses. From the very beginning, the atmosphere feels different. The bar is in constant motion, dishes flow one after another, and the team moves with a coordination that feels effortless. The dining room blends design and warmth, an aesthetic that doesn't impose itself, but enhances what's happening. Here, fine dining doesn't feel distant, it feels close. And that completely transforms the experience. We began with signature cocktails, nuwas, plátano esi, and chirulín. Then comes the complimentary opening bite, otoshi, a short rib stew. Delicious. From the bar, tuna yuke, diced tuna, oyster, coral yolk, ricotta, and crispy rice. Toro tartare, fatty tuna, avocado tofu, ponzu, and crispy rice. As a transition, taquito, corn tortilla, pulled pork belly, crispy skin, yellow chili pepper, and avocado. Main courses: shrimp udon, udon noodles in butter and garlic sauce, fresh shrimp, truffle oil, and citrus notes. Kansai yaki meshi, Osaka-style fried rice with seafood, salmon, shrimp omelette, and kaki sauce, and crispy rice. Gindara misoyaki, miso-marinated black cod, sweet potato cream, and Amazonian chestnut flakes. My favorite, an unforgettable dish. For dessert, ponderación, thin, crispy pastry with cherimoya cream, strawberries, soursop sorbet, almonds, and manjar foam. And arrossaif, tofu cheesecake ice cream, chestnut crumble, sweet potato, apple tapioca, wakame, camu camu, taperiba, grapes, and soy milk. After experiencing it, becomes clear that Maido is not just another Nikkei concept. It's a synthesis of technique, culture, and balance. Each dish seeks harmony rather than impact, and the result is not just something you taste, it's something you experience. And that's when you understand why this place sits at the very top of global gastronomy, and also where this journey finds its closing point. If you've been to Lima or know a place we should discover, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe for free and turn on notifications so we can keep traveling together. If you found this video helpful, a like and sharing it with your family and friends would be a great help. Because in the end, traveling is not just about going somewhere. It's about understanding it.